We're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Apparently you guys got me today, so God help you. What do we start out with, my dear?
Okay, there, bills and payroll are coming around for signature and approval. We have the draft minutes from the meeting of February 11th. Rich gave me a couple of minor corrections over the phone that I can make those changes. If you have any others, let me know.
Just the one?
Yeah, just the one bill. Well, it's two bills, one cover sheet.
This one.
Should get you a crayon.
Yeah, but it's easy when he's a clerk.
Take his easy. Okay. As far as the minutes are concerned, does anybody have any questions on the minutes?
Vote to approve as written
I'll second.
With Rich's changes?
with Richard's changes.
With Rich's changes.
Second.
So it is written, so it shall be done. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next on the,
Okay, Tim's up next. Put it under ongoing construction updates.
Okay, Tim Power with Land Strategies, representing The Point, same parking company. Quick update, and the reason we're here, we're building C is under construction, Tavern on the Square is about ready to move in. When had a preliminary meeting with the building inspector in Marin, she wanted to confirm the size of canopy along the way. So just bringing back to the last modification that we had, where we adjusted the shape of the building from the original site plan approval. Previously it was a more square. We opened up the building, make a much more interactive space at a key corner of the site. At that time, we had assumed the canopy was going to be smaller, but the whole area would be used for outdoor seating. Tavern in the Square would much rather have a longer canopy so they can include some heaters, TVs, fans to extend the season.
Yeah?
Which is the real purpose for it. Yeah, a much bigger, much more entertaining outdoor seating area. So to present that to you, this is the 3D rendering. I do have here with me Dennis Greenwood from Travis Design, who prepared the design. This is the 3D rendering of what the canopy would look like on the building that you previously saw. We think it's consistent with the original approvals, open space, pedestrian, interactive, exciting corner of the development. Just want to confirm that the board still believes it's consistent with those approvals, so they can move forward and get their building permit. They are ready. They have construction documents. They met with Roland Mar once, and they're ready to go.
It's, I think we put in heaters and stuff for the fire department.
They'll review the building permit applications as well, and that's.
Okay.
and the lighting is similar to what you have down lighting, those things there. There's not going to be nothing on the roof.
All down lighting.
Lighting in the landscaping.
Not on our end of things. Tim, I don't know what you have planned for the rest of the...
Yeah, we do have just some typical streetscape lighting, like the lights that are out there.
Okay.
That'll be there.
Any other?
No, I like the way it looks.
Looks fine with me. There's the only issue with the fire department and the outside heating type things, where they're placed under the canopy or out of it. That type of thing. If they're happy with it, I'm good with it. So, where do you go? This one?
So all I was asking was for your direction and whether I should sign up on the building permit application for that.
I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, you need a formal vote? Okay.
I have, it's up to you, I have enough directions.
Okay. So be it. That it?
That's it. If you want any other updates, the biggest update is the cinema has a pre-construction meeting tomorrow, so they should be under construction this construction season.
Okay.
Targeting the fall.
This gentleman's name is?
Dennis Greenwood with Susan.
Could you show us a little bit up there for a few seconds, just for fun? Want to see if we can get some money out of you?
Yeah.
Sure. So, the outdoor area is around 1,900 square feet. We're gonna have an occupancy of around 80 out there. There's a fire pit at the front, so we're trying to engage the sidewalk a little bit. We angled the front just to go on with Tim's angling here, so they modified the building shape, as well as to create the thoroughfare up to that upper level where the service is gonna be.
So you're just the first floor?
Correct.
Yes.
We're just the first floor. So we have from this tower portion back, more or less to the service corridor in the back here, just the first floor.
So how come, I see, let me kind of duck up top.
We thought of that at one point, but they just wanted
Open
ground
deck,
floor.
railing.
Up top?
Yeah, let's go hang out tonight.
Depends how they build it. I got you for 3 and him for 3.
All right.
Counted, I was fair. He did 2 ands and an and you did 3 ands. So, okay, we're all set?
Oh, got it.
Hey, we're gonna have a field pretty soon, especially when a couple of these guys get in here. An attorney comes in, gets paid by the word.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna have a brand new field.
No, it's good.
Okay, we're all set, thank you.
Great.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Thank you very
Anybody
much.
from the crowd wanna? No? That's a standing room only. Okay, next.
Uh-oh. Let me go on. We have a new application from Plnbrd Mar Estates. They did submit the definitive subdivision application. Wanted to let you know that that did come in. We'll open the public hearing at the April meeting, the April 14th meeting. I did a site visit. There's copies of it.
Today?
Did the site visit this morning. Went very well. Peer review engineer and one of their engineers were out there. We had a good discussion there. Both seemed happy with the concept of the layout. Now local and Tom will do their review of the drainage design and the detailed
Yeah.
design.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
This is the definitive?
Yeah, the applicant approved the peer review estimate and already provided a check to cover the cost of that. So peer review is moving ahead. So I just wanted to,
They don't have to do anything to Grimes Lane, right?
that'll be part of the discussion. Some fire code questions that'll have to.
Whether they should bring it up to code?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's wide enough to be a access road for fire
I can't
apparatus.
even read this. Is this Grimes down here at the
Yes,
bottom of the
that is
page?
Grimes, yep.
And
Yeah,
to the
that's-
left is Foster,
Yeah, that's right.
and this is the one where, up here is where the,
That's the new access
Temporary-
road.
No, that's their full-time access. That's
Yeah,
an access.
full-time access.
And
Otherwise, the whole development would have to go up by the train tracks where
Right.
the rail
okay, so
crosses.
this is the full-time, and down here on Grimes, they're using these as,
Secondary means.
Right,
which then dumps it out right by the,
rail crossing.
But I think you'll see, because of all the traffic you have at the railroad crossing and parking, that this will become the primary anyway.
well, these guys here aren't gonna be too happy about all that. They'll probably just go straight up, but,
Oh, you mean these guys here? Yeah, they have the option.
Right, but you know what, I mean, they reduced.
One or
the-
two, yes.
Yeah, the land size, so.
But this is the definitive, not the open space.
Well,
This is the open
the
space.
definitive subdivision and open space special permit application. So, yeah,
how many
Oh, this
houses?
is the,
that's
oh,
the open space
okay.
layout. But they have to do both processes combined.
So they're keeping the front side open.
Yeah, very similar to the last preliminary that you saw with the wildlife corridors, the open space up front. Yeah.
And the open space is
And the
all
easement
swampland,
that
right?
goes all the way from, across the back of this parcel, all the way through the development for walking or bicycling.
Through K's, through the K property behind this? That's what you're talking? Up
Well, the
here?
only easement that you can grant on this property is across this one, but the idea is to
Connect it.
extend the easement back to the town forest.
Without me looking, how many houses?
30?
It's gonna be a nice development.
There's some
Okay.
catch.
Anyway, yeah, the public hearing notice will come out another couple of weeks, and then I'll get you the full set
What are
of
these on?
plans.
These are all the septics? They showing septics?
They will be on septic, yeah.
No, I'm saying, are they showing the septic?
No,
What's all the
showing-
mounting?
those
showing
are
us-
the detention
These are
basins.
deep hole tests supposedly, right?
You mean all these things right here, these are all in front of the houses?
Those are the mounds that'll probably be,
Or is that the front yard? Is that septic? or
Oh,
is that-
those would be.
Septics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
But the,
They got
oh,
some.
you know what I was telling you was totally separate.
So they gotta mound a lot of septic. You see that?
Yeah, when I was looking back here, I thought these were deep hole tests, but those are actually topos.
Compost, yeah. It's a lot of elevation, huh? Jesus.
well, if you look at the road height, and then you look at the top of, the septic on some of them, you're not going up that much. 2, 3 feet.
You know what, Rots? I can't see that anymore.
Yeah, when you get old.
So now I gotta use my phone as a magnifying glass. Pretty cute, huh?
Okay, well,
So I guess the answer is I will provide you full-size sets of plans when
With
we
big
get closer
numbers.
to the meeting.
I like the big numbers.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Wow.
so there's that.
I guess it's not huge, but.
We're at 740 go.
Huh?
Okay.
Number
Where are
2.
we at?
Number 2. Pull that away.
Huh? So what do you want me to do?
Get rid of that one.
Where is it?
Right there.
Right here? We have to vote on this, don't we?
Mhm.
All right, item number 2, the zoning bylaw amendment. Our suggestion here is that no action is required, but we're going to send on to the selectmen that we support the $25,000 for sign bylaw. What are the other two?
Zoning bylaw.
Inclusionary zoning.
And 55 and over.
Over 55. Since those items have all come up in discussion over the last several years, if not, and months, depending on which one you're talking about. Selectmen have voted to place on the town meeting warrant funding up to $25,000 for a consultant to work with the board on updating those 3 bylaws.
Good with that?
Yeah.
Support it, so we'll send
So
it.
the board supports that action.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep,
Send
thank
that
you.
down.
Yep, happy to.
And item 3, so we're up to now?
I thought we were going to take, I thought there were going to be more that we had to look at, but there are only 3 town meeting and special town meeting articles that are mostly to do with the planning board. The first was the funding that you just let me know that you supported. The other 2 are town meeting articles 21 and 20, well, 20 and 21, the 2 stormwater bylaw articles. We had discussed those briefly the other day.
I thought we said we were in support of those.
Well,
I got some feedback from you. I didn't give you the opportunity to vote on them so that your recommendation appears in the town meeting report, the little booklet that goes out. It says the various boards support or not support each article. So
We
that's,
support erosion control.
Stormwater management and erosion control, absolutely.
yeah.
yeah, and the other one is the illicit discharge stormwater bylaw.
Again, support it, anybody.
Okay, so do you need out of us another vote?
It wouldn't hurt,
Just-
yeah.
I'll make a motion.
So be it.
I'll second it.
Got it.
Vote in favor?
All those in favor?
We support.
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Universal.
It's quick, I didn't know.
Okay, Now
I
we're
can
in
shorten
the-
these agendas up quite a bit, can't I?
Oh, you could,
what's the next one?
529 King Street, Virginia is here, and I'm forgetting,
My name's Liz.
thank you.
Okay. And does anybody have a problem with us starting a little early on this? Is there a,
It's a meeting, not a hearing, so it's up to you
okay,
guys.
Reader's Digest, my dear.
Got places to go, people to see, things to do.
Bruins to watch.
I'm only going to be young once.
So, this is my partner Liz Elagore.
Hi.
And she was one of the first people we hired way back when we opened Ken's American Cafe. As you know, I've owned the building for well over 20 years, coming on 22 based on how old my son is. So the next round that we're doing is my idea, and Liz is helping me with it, and we've worked really well together to pull the strings together on what this is going to be and what it's going to look like. And we had such incredible enthusiasm for the Act 3 and the gallery last year when we opened. People that came in loved it. Unfortunately, Act 3 wasn't able to make it, so I'm going back into the restaurant business. And it's going to be an art-themed restaurant to complement the gallery. And we are asking for 14 more seats than what was previously allowed with Act 3, far below the 98 that Ken's American Cafe used to have. And that's about it.
The last site plan approval that granted specifically said, I believe, 80 seats for the restaurant. This one, they're requesting more. I felt I had to bring it back to you to look at the site plan.
I mean, is it something that fire department's gonna have a problem?
The parking is the only primary issue.
That's the only issue I could see that,
Okay,
It would be the
and Ken's
question.
had 90. We approved earlier, how many? 70? Do you remember the number, Virginia?
For seats, for restaurant seats,
No, parking, was it? You're asking now for
14.
14 more
14 more restaurant seats, which
Restaurant
comes out to be divide by four more parking spaces are required. But I think we had 2 already, but I went out and counted, and I've got Google Earth picture of, and we actually have 44 parking spaces on site based on what Google Earth is telling me. So we've got 32 in the,
so then that's this, in the number of the same neighborhood, there were 39 shown on the old site plan, so,
yeah.
you know,
So-
it's close.
We've got 17 going down there, 15 going up there, we've got 4 here, 4 there, and then we've got 4 spaces here that we never counted but always use.
employees usually park there. correct?
Exactly.
Oh, those
And-
were your, the
Yeah.
yellow ones?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
these,
Yeah.
those 4, we've
Yeah.
never counted but have always existed.
I don't see a big problem. Anybody else?
Yeah, and wouldn't this have been administratively handled
Right.
in the future?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So what I did was drafted a very quick decision.
Probably wasn't even like the gas money coming out of it.
But it's nice to check in with you
Sure, no,
folks every
that's-
so often.
I just have to.
And I really hope you'll come visit us, because it's going to be wicked cool.
Yeah.
What we have been doing is like making everything inside, so the tables are collages of famous artists and their artwork with links back to, with a little bio about the different artists. And
Mhm.
it's going to be really funky
It
and
is
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
The chairs are all painted, and we just had gorgeous new wood flooring installed, which they just finished.
Yeah.
And
What kind of
so
flooring?
You're saying you're gonna reopen the restaurant?
Yep.
Who's cooking?
We.
Not me.
His name's Donald, and we actually took him from the 110 Grill in Chelmsford. So they were going more corporate, I guess, and he didn't want to go that route. He likes the small family-owned business, so
Mhm.
he's on over here with us.
Liz is in charge of all the personnel. I'm staying away from that because I have such good human resource skills.
So you're gonna be doing like, wait, do you have a liquor license already?
Yeah.
Well, it's depending on you guys. You guys approve us and they'll approve us because Lauren thought it was
Access
important for us to
adjacent
come in.
private driveways required.
Yeah.
Access for shopping maintained.
Yeah, the access, access to the parking lot is through an off-site driveway.
Is that the one that goes
No,
back
well,
to
there are
Rogers?
two, no, we have our own driveway onto 110, but
Right.
for whatever reason, I guess
fire truck access
Right.
around that way.
circling around so they don't hit people or something, I'm not sure
And you
why.
have that,
We have an agreement in place with Mr. Kennard.
and is that in writing or?
Yep,
Yes.
and it's all been
That's-
reviewed by legal before.
Yeah,
I make a motion to expand the cafe seating to add 14 seats.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So be it.
Thank you.
Cook away.
Thank you. April 1st is our opening, and we'd love to see you there.
Terrific. We'd
And
love
there
to
will
be
be
there.
gift bags.
Yes.
We're not
They
allowed
have to be under $40, right? Are beers $1 for,
No, yeah, that's a good way to
I don't
start
think
off
happy
with a
hour is allowed in Massachusetts.
steak. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can't do tubs anymore, right?
what are tubs?
Boston was, back in the 90s, going,
Yes.
they'd have tubs of beer, they'd be for like $2.
Oh,
Then when the tub ran out, for $2 beers were on.
it's just the cook?
No, that's the song.
Do you want to be heard?
That's her song.
Oh, okay.
I think that was Littleton Independent.
No,
I think that's the report, right?
Yeah.
was it?
So we've completed our act?
Unfortunately, Air Liquide
Not coming in at 8:15.
is not coming in today. They don't have updated plans.
How are you feeling, Peter?
I don't know what, I had dinner earlier.
You have appendicitis?
No, I don't think it's, could it be?
Could be.
Where does it hurt for appendicitis?
I don't know where it is, but I know it hurts when it hurts.
Right back here is where it hurts. Does yours hurt too?
I'm feeling okay.
That was killing me.
But in reality, we have nothing from this next applicant, correct? We have no plans?
Yeah, we've got a continued public hearing at 8:30.
For,
And I suggest, because we haven't received anything to preempt this,
Come on,
right?
yeah, liquidate.
Air Liquide requests to be postponed until the next meeting, till the
So they're the
April
ones that
meeting.
really moved us out till,
So they're gone.
They're not here.
Okay.
right, but, so
You said
technically,
Liquide?
Wellington Drive could have been heard at
Air-
8:15.
They Canadian?
French.
Right, right.
Doesn't that sound?
Air Liquide.
It's not Canadian,
Like
it's
they're
French.
French?
So regardless, so that one at 8:15 is off, right?
Yeah.
And then definitive subdivision, Wellington
They're
Drive,
also listed at 8:15.
we have nothing from
They
them.
provided us no material.
They haven't spoken to us, they haven't called, they haven't canceled, they haven't confirmed, and they haven't dropped off any plans whatsoever.
So we have
And I
nothing to
suggest
review before that.
we can either close the meeting or whatever, continue.
Are they coming?
They didn't tell me they're not.
But they've given us nothing.
Right.
How are we supposed to look at something and make any form of informed decision in 10 minutes?
No, but it's
Well, we
it's a
could
public
do is-
hearing, and we could move to
Technically, we have to
extend.
hang out for 20 minutes, really.
Yeah. Since it's yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean you have to stay seated for 20 minutes. You could
We could take
take a
a
lap,
break.
go out and get a coffee. There's donuts are going to stay off the street, but
I don't know what. Let me see, make sure my stomach still doesn't feel it. I don't know what it is. All right, should we shut off the camera or just let it
No,
sit
no,
there
you
in
got-
dead
no,
space?
it's-
No, well,
we're live,
we
right?
can take a break. We'll put the
Up in-
planning board in.
just tell everybody who's viewing us right now, just flip to the Bruins, come back in about 20 minutes.
Are the Bruins playing tonight?
There, in Chicago.
Can we get them to,
Can they
flip it
so we can
can we feed it?
Yeah, we good.
Well, apparently, we're ahead of schedule. Kind of like this. So,
Wait till
go get yourself something to drink, watch the Bruins, come back in 20 minutes, and we'll be done in 25.
Could be done in 25. What are the odds we see a cul-de-sac?
Is there anything else we need?
Shut it down. We're in session. There we go. Hey, it's a 3-second delay, just in case I gotta flip you out.
Welcome back. We're on time for 8:30 meeting with, let's see, who are we after here?
Wellington Drive, definitive subdivision reopened, continued public hearing.
There you go. I knew that. So, you're up, if you'd introduce
Good evening,
yourself.
members of the board. My name is Ian Rubin, for the record, with Markey and Rubin, and we're presenting a plan to you tonight showing the Cooper land and Wellington Drive together. The purpose of this plan is essentially to show the general layout, the 6 lots on Wellington. We've got 21 lots, I think. 21 single-family homes on the Cooper, plus 24 55 and older units with 6 affordable units, part of the 24. The green on this plan is all open space. What's happened here is there's a land swap where Cooper is using some of the uplands that's difficult to reach from Wellington Drive, and the swap is using that land, and the bottom green there is now going to be used as open space as opposed to using open space on the back portion of Wellington Drive. As far as numbers go, I'd have to give you a bit more accurate numbers on a final plan, but at this point on Cooper, there's 62.3% roughly open space. I think I'll leave it there if you have any questions, or I don't know if you want to say anything, Matt?
My only question would be,
Yeah.
on the cul-de-sac,
Yes.
will they need to go to ZBA for that?
Why would they go to this?
I'm just asking. There wouldn't, there's no, I'm just asking, would there be any other contingency, any other boards they'd have to get approval from? Would they be good?
Conservation Commission, Steve Marsh for Wellington Drive. Yeah, we'd have to go through Conservation and Board of Health. Other than that, it would just be this board.
All right, so, I mean,
Right, because
I
under
think
the
that's 100% in line with what we already agreed to.
This is
so
what
I'm
we,
not-
yeah. This
I
is what
think
we
it's a good
requested
plan.
to see, and I think you guys have done a good job putting it together.
There was one thing you wanted, Eddie.
Yeah, I want to make sure that that tight corner where the 2 green pieces connect of open space, it looks like there's some wetlands in here that maybe we could get a path that you guys could maintain, or at least install that could be maintained by the town, that would access around the wetlands.
We'd be glad to do that. We have to lay out our detention and our septics, and we'll accommodate an area for a path to connect the 2.
Thank you.
Of the 62% that's open space, how much of that is wetlands?
That's still to be determined. I mean, these are not accurate. This just comes from what you have right in front of you, town GIS. These are accurate wetlands, as you see right here, but these are not.
So that entire area up there is all wetlands.
This is wet. Yeah, this is all wet.
It's more of a wetland meadow than it is, but if you've ever walked it, which
So,
Ian, you're not counting that in
but
the
he gave up all
60%.
that land that's up top where the 55, the age restricted is going, is what he's given
But they haven't been
to
located.
him.
This,
In exchange, we're
No.
getting that. So we're getting more from Matt.
Well, his calculation is going to be based on it's otherwise buildable, which would exclude wetlands, but it looks like you'd have enough, it looks like you have enough there to make the number. Uplands. The calculation would be on uplands.
Right.
Have you run any rough numbers just to see if,
numbers, we've got, I mean, I can get you any numbers you want on Wellington Drive. On this piece of property, nothing's really been surveyed
no,
yet.
I'm saying if you include the swap,
Yes,
you do the Cooper piece,
yes.
and you do the numbers for conventional, which gives you your number for open space. You gotta back out the wetlands. Because your
Well,
calculations.
Our piece has over 5 acres of uplands on it where the 55 and over is.
No,
that we're
I'm
trading.
saying if you,
I know the calculation that you're looking for is the area for the 6 lots out, the 2 out behind it on the backside of Wellington, correct?
right, and the only reason why I bring it up is if we want to be expedient, just make sure you're not asking for an exemption to that number.
So let me get it right. What you're looking for is six conventional lots. Is that what you're looking for? No.
We're gonna,
Right,
we've already
you had
agreed
the
that this,
layout.
we're giving you this because of this swap.
Yes, okay.
So the town, not the town, but we're preserving this open space. That's why we're doing this, right?
Yes.
So that, just take that off the table. I'm talking about this.
Yes.
Calculation. When you do your density calculation, you do it conventional. That determines your number of lots for open space. You have to back out all the wetlands when you do the calculations. I'm saying, from my eyeballs, it looks like you should be inside the box. I'm just saying, can you just provide the number so that when we go to vote, it's just not a...
Not a question.
Yeah.
That's the
That's-
Cooper,
that's the Cooper
piece, it's not
Yeah.
the Wellington.
You're referring to the Cooper piece right now, right?
Yes,
Inclusive of
okay.
the swap
Yeah.
land that you're getting. So I'm saying is, if you throw those two pieces in there, you're probably gonna get your number. I'm just asking you to calculate the number, just so, it's not a difficult calc. Just so you know, so when you come to have his plan approved with a contingency, and then obviously you're gonna come back, you're gonna file your plan with us, you just have the number, we know what it is.
Right.
I just wanted, we should just know.
Yeah, I'm just a little confused here. Excuse me a second here. It's not the language.
No, I got it.
I mean, we've got a combination here of single-family lots. We've got 55 and older. Now,
Yeah.
55 and older is like a 40B. That's not even, that's not, I mean, we just got one lot with 55 and older on it.
But the number of units is based on the number of lots you could have in a conventional subdivision.
Correct.
So we're talking
Not in
about,
55.
It's based
No,
on...
but which one are you filing? In other words, are you carving, so are you running really two projects? You're running a 55 and older and an open space? In other words, what I'm trying to say is, if you want to look at this as one deal, you file an open space for the whole property, right?
for both combined.
To both combined. You do your density calculation based on that. Then the board gets to come back and say, okay, well, there's a 55 and older piece. So we can look at that and say, all right, so you're giving us affordable housing under 55. We can look to increase density as a bonus for doing, I'm just follow the rule book, right? You see what I'm trying to get at?
I get it, yeah.
Unless you want to break it apart into two different pieces. I'm filing
Right,
a
so-
55 and over, and I'm filing a separate open space. Which place you're going to draw a line right here and say, this is my open space, and this is my 55. And your open space would also include this. Why would you want to do that? That's too much overhead.
Right, so do the calculation as a whole, but you guys still get two separate permits.
Okay, yeah, right, okay, that's fine.
And we are counting 24 units of 55 and older as also having to have enough space under normal or in standard subdivision.
Now, what I'm trying to say is, probably going to be over with the 55 and
Probably going to be over.
Probably going to be over.
But so because of that, we're putting in some affordable units.
You're going to ask us for an exemption, and we're going to grant you the exemption for
We're
density.
going to look at granting you the exception.
Right, when you see the actual numbers, you can see does this make sense to you or not, basically.
Right.
Right.
I get it.
You see what I'm trying to say?
But wouldn't it also, if we separated Mr. Marsh and myself, and we did a land swap, wouldn't his area for his conventional and cluster work?
So we're going to give him, if we're going to run out the math on this, right? We calculate his density based on his land without the swap. After we do the swap, right, his land goes to you. We're either going to include his land in your calculation, or we're gonna say, you can't include it because we're already counting it towards his density. I don't know if that's proper or not, but
I think I can figure out how to do this, and now, basically, let me explain. On the Cooper piece, well, let's go back to Wellington Drive. I will give you a 6-lot standard subdivision for Wellington Drive.
We've already approved that.
well,
Yeah.
no.
Let me, 1 second. You have already, but however, there's going to be some, we can get more than 6, we can get 6 lots. We don't need all the land for 6 lots on a standard subdivision. Okay? There'll be some land we can give over to Cooper by having six standard lots. I've already done this. 6 standard lots on Wellington Drive. Now, there's some land I can give to Cooper. It's not enough as much Cooper wants, but I can give them some land. With all of that land, I haven't done any actual standard subdivision, but I can put in a standard subdivision to show exactly how many lots we can get out of Cooper. And that's all I have to do.
No,
No.
no.
Whoops.
Because, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So now you're gonna have, if you slam a conventional in there,
Yes.
we've already talked about you would have a frontage problem.
You're back to
Without-
Wellington.
Without getting into the semantics of that argument, we're
Okay.
sidestepping that argument
Okay.
to create frontage with a cul-de-sac, you slam your 6 lots in, we're calling it an open space.
Okay.
We have language in the bylaw that says, for the best interest of the town, the land swap makes sense.
Okay.
Well, we would then allow, and I don't know if this is what I'm trying, and you jump in, but we would allow you to use this piece as part of your density calculation for this.
So utilize the open space for Wellington to accommodate Cooper's total number of lots.
Because we were trying to create
Right.
the land, if we were looking at it from the eyes of the town,
Correct.
eyes of the town would be, we're preserving this piece of land, okay?
Yep.
We're giving you 6 units, probably really 2 extra lots. Again, sidestepping the semantics on a conventional.
Okay.
And allowing you to use this, it's not a lot, there's not a lot of upland here, but there's some, for this density calculation. Because you're gonna come back to us and you're gonna say, hey, I could get to 24 units, but I'm also asking for 24 units of
55 and older.
55 and over in addition to that.
On my piece of Cooper, we already have done our calculations that show 21, we've done our conventional, and we've done our cluster.
Yeah.
But
On
you-
just the Cooper.
You haven't seen that.
That showed,
Let's see.
that showed 21 lots plus our 55 and over in
How
the
many were-
lower field portion.
Using
So
the
we've
lower.
got our, we've met all our calculations
Without any land swaps.
without any land swaps.
Okay, and that is, that lower, that, using the lower field that we're, right there,
Yep,
right? That one.
that one, yep.
Okay.
That's where the 55 and over was going to be, correct?
That was where
Was gonna
55
be.
and over. We've met all of our requirements. We're actually buying the piece of land from Mr. Marsh and actually increasing our open space by a lot.
So,
by doing
so
this.
what I'm reading into what you're saying is you should be able to provide that information to you.
That's all
You
I'm
just-
saying.
You haven't seen it yet.
Right. Because when we want to close the loop in April. Just
Okay.
All right, and at one point in time, you had said that you didn't want to be able to open up this lower land to recreation.
Correct.
The upper is a lacrosse field that you will,
I'm in negotiation with the selectmen now that we can't disclose and talk about.
the next portion further down says open space.
Farmland.
I'm in negotiation with the selectmen that I
Yeah.
can't disclose.
That's fine.
And the other issue that you had asked about earlier was walking trail, public access, some
He addressed that a few minutes ago, yes, that
Yeah.
bottom corner.
Sorry, I missed.
All right, so,
So there'll be access at the end of one of these roads?
Oak Road will have access.
Oak Road already has a path through it now, and in
And so-
our
So that would be a matter of,
negotiation-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that would be a matter of just an easement then?
Where?
To cross onto it, because
we don't want an easement, we want the owner land.
who owns?
That's all town land right there. That's
This
all,
town.
that street that runs along Maplehurst,
This paper,
that is a paper road, and that's all town-owned land up to our,
up to this line here.
yes, sir.
Okay, and all the ways back up to here? Who is
I
this?
bel- I believe so.
That's town also.
So, in reality, they might not need to give us a little passage
'Cause we
right there,
have it.
except for there is wetlands right there, we'd rather stay out of it.
We,
But it's
we've
what-
that
agreed-
is-
we've agreed to accommodate the path, and
Okay.
No, I mean,
Do you know, what you asked for earlier, when you and I discussed that for a few seconds?
what happened? Why does that one crop out and that one doesn't?
You see where the two meet in the corners?
Yeah.
The diamonds?
yeah.
You would ask for a slight area to connect on the north side of it as we're looking at it?
Right here.
Well, no, but I guess what you're
Right there.
saying is the white portion below his finger is town land already.
Correct.
So you already
But-
got.
But it's wetlands.
He-
So,
He's already agreed to give us a
he's
path.
agreed to give us,
That's fine.
10-foot
Yeah, no,
swath.
that's
Once he does his engineering calculations.
To
he'll
make
see.
sure that he can get that stuff.
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
Yeah, I think it's a win for the town.
No, I think it preserves everything we wanted and then some. It's a nice property.
Including the vista, which I think was, a
Yeah.
big issue too.
Right.
Right.
And Matt being able to acquire our piece kind of pulls things down a little bit anyway. And I know that was a big issue when, with discussions that I had with Sudbury Valley trustees and some of the other conservation trust and what have you. So this makes sense.
Yeah.
For what you wanted. I mean, it's unusual that we would work with another developer on our own piece. But I think, like you said, for the best interest of the town, it's going to be developed.
Is there anything we need to worry about in the decision with the town?
Well, we
No, is there
can't
any-
get any answers until the selectmen tell us what we can do. Is that
What you
what's
have in
going on
front
now?
of, what you have in front of you, technically, the application that you have is for
The
a
cluster to build.
conventional, we don't have the cluster
No,
application.
right.
You had a conventional definitive subdivision.
Of Wellington.
For Wellington.
only.
Wellington.
No, I know.
Right.
Are you guys gonna be able to file?
Yeah, we're going to do that. I think that, I think, yeah, we should be able to accommodate
Can you
that.
file by April?
Yeah, we were hoping to have you vote at least on this portion of this tonight
What you mentioned a moment ago, if we could vote on this subject to giving engineering and stuff
for the 6
That's what I'm
lot.
saying. Can we do that?
this evening.
You've done it
Without
before.
Not without a draft decision, you haven't.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We can't vote,
Oh.
we can't vote on this.
You can.
We can say we like it.
feedback or-
Can you close the hearing and then do the draft after? I don't know, I'm just,
They gotta file an open space. Definitive open space.
They can't get it by 14th of April. No, can't
What?
find a definitive, I mean, I don't think so.
It's a click of a mouse, Ian. Just
Yeah.
kind of shut up and get going.
Then why do you wanna push the meeting? Don't do it on the 14th.
Well, we have a continued hearing on the 14th for,
Well-
so you have to meet that date. You could do later than that, or,
If you wanna get this done, when in April?
Ian, let's just assume that we can do it.
Yes.
If you can't,
If we can't, then we'll...
Well, I don't honestly see just by one board member changing his seat, that it's gonna be that big of a deal, because my thought process here is that all of us present here and the other two are doing the right thing for the town in this interest. That's the way I look at
Take a
it.
risk, though.
Well, it's only one.
Take that risk.
So the risk is against, well, Mark is still gonna be on the board, it's just one other.
and I don't know what the other two, their feelings, they don't hear
Well,
tonight.
and I have a general feeling that, it would be split 50-50 with the two people that aren't here. And that,
I wouldn't take the risk.
Yeah.
and neither would, and
So-
we really don't want to.
I presently like the way this is going right now.
We all do.
He
And
doesn't, he
it's-
does, so
right, and it's
there'd be
always-
three.
right, and it's always up to the applicant. whether he's requesting a
Why
vote.
don't you get on the agenda for the 14th and see what...
It's up to them,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So if you
We'll get on the
get,
agenda for the 14th.
you guys can
And
discuss
try,
that.
and if I can
a little
submit it,
later.
I'll submit it, but I don't know, it's...
I mean, you could do, you know what, if we
Make a
had to
motion.
do a board meeting first week of May, right before the town vote,
Get on the agenda for the 14th.
Yeah, I agree, and we would like to do that.
So, just,
I think this is, I think it's important that we
Yeah.
get this.
right, I agree, I think it's important, I just want to say for the record that I like what we see, I want to make sure that it comes in this way, and that, you know, the three of us here know we support it, I believe that the whole board supports it, and I want to make sure that that's on the record. Come back with your open space application, and you should have the vote then.
And just also, so you know, even if we didn't do the deal with Matt and the Cooper piece, we would still do the 6 lot.
Right,
Just-
right, well, which is, but it's a win for the
Not
town.
necessarily as presented, no. That's not,
His subdivision would still be.
that's where we're thrown into whether or not is he getting 5 lots, is he getting 4 lots, is he getting 6 lots because of the wetlands and where it is and where it isn't. And what he's getting for frontage and whether or not he's putting in a real road with a real cul-de-sac or if he's fingering everything off it. So a lot of this hangs, and just out of, I forgot to say up front, he is my brother-in-law, so any issues with anybody, say so, and just so you know, I have no financial interest.
No, what I,
Just said if he keels over, and my sister's, hopefully she got some money coming.
all right.
And then she'll be single.
Yeah.
She's a catch.
But yeah, but she comes with 7 siblings, you don't want anything to do with that. So,
So I make a
I'm-
motion,
I'm-
I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn unless you have anything else to say.
I don't.
Okay.
Well,
motion to adjourn?
Well, wait,
Was it- or
Continue.
close- Continue.
Continue this hearing until April 14th.
and then at that point, we'll have the time to open the open space special permit. When you have an idea whether or not we'll have final plans, let me know, and we'll work with town council to draft a decision, a planning board decision on the definitive subdivision and the open space special permit. So you
Won't
can
be
get
out
that
by then, too.
going, yeah.
Okay.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Thank you.
Time for the
Thank you.
14th?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. Is there a specific?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Aye.
specific time that works better for you?
You want to put this up front, right?
Oh, no, 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 no.
In case anybody else.